Today's adventure begins by looking at the power pole Mickey. Well, I say today's, but technically this evening's. And that is quite the sunset that is being bestowed upon my eyes. Tonight will be the fourth and complete of the 4 Walt Disney World Parks After Dark series that I have been doing over the, peppered in over the course of the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Epcot Center. I'm on my way. Current time, a few minutes prior to 8 p.m. Just a couple minutes prior to 8 p.m. The park closes at 11, so by the time I get there, it'll probably be about 8:30 by the time I get to the gate. Now this is interesting, even at 3 hours prior to close, well 3 hours and 6 minutes prior, they are still charging for parking here. Wonder when the cutoff is. I don't have to pay for parking because I have an annual pass, but yeah, even this late they're still charging for parking at 7:57 p.m. Should also be noted, this is the only one of the 4 parks that I had to go through the parking turnstiles or the parking little stations here because I arrived only an hour and a half before closing. This one I'm arriving 3 hours before closing, so that's why there's this little bit of a back. Looks to be pretty full parking lot out there. Not completely full, but kind of full. I have placed my vehicle here at the forefront of Create 46. Looks like it's been painted over. It might have been Create 45 at one point. No, I think it's always been 46. Yeah, it's tough to tell. There's my shadow. All the way back here. And I could park a little bit closer, but I opted not to. It's going to be easy to find my spot. It still is at the 35%. Let me flip this around and do the intro. Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here, still at the 35% capacity. In fact, it was very difficult to even get a reservation. Tried for a few hours throughout the course of the day. There's kind of an impulse to complete this series tonight, but I got it. One popped up on the app. Boom! Epcot Center, which is what I refer to it as. Spaceship Earth back there in all its glory. I'm inviting you to join me as I head in. And side note, it's not an hour before close. It's technically, by the time I get through the gate, it'll probably be 2.5 hours before close. So a little asterisk on this one. But you know what? Heck it! It's the last one. It's happening. When I say the last one, I mean of this shortly before close series. Not the last time I'm gonna show up to this amazing theme park here at Walt Disney World. Just the last one of this 4-part series. Current 4-part series. By the way, the monorail has not returned for the Epcot loop yet. And if it does, it's not allowed to go over 15 miles per hour, according to this painting on the sidewalk. Oh, check out this official Epcot parking truck. And check out the official World of Micah who just parked.
Yeah.
If you were a betting man, when would you say the monorail's gonna come back?
Not tonight.
Just gotta follow the little washboards here for park entrance. Another thing that's not being utilized is the brand new tram circle, which was built prior to, this current situation. Over the construction wall, you could see one last glimmer of the sunset. And it's very interesting too, after walking in the front. Check out this. This is the projection beam that goes onto Spaceship Earth over here where the fountain used to be and Club Cool and all that. And Communicore, which no longer exists. Look at this magnificent sphere. This is around not the backside of water, but the backside of Spaceship Earth. The front side looks just as majestic with the new flags, the spires on the fountain. Well, not really the spires. What are they called? The crystallized pieces, the 3 of them right there in the middle, like it was back in the 80s. They are back. It's interesting too, the extended queue kind of wraps around there. Also, I think they put this up because, the building that was Communicore is now gone, and that's where the lights would shine from.
You're right.
Would that be your thought on that as well?
Yep, you are so right.
And I think I think the wait times will probably diminish a little bit as time goes on.
Oh yeah.
But I was looking at the app, and the land It's only 5.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
It's time to live with the land.
When all this is completed, it's gonna be a whole new theme park, at least Future World section of it, that's for sure. Yep, from here you can see the queue is pretty much completely empty, and if you look closely, the sign does say 5-minute wait. It's a walk-on. And Micah just pointed out that the picture here on the front where it says a boat ride to a better understanding of the land. So I remember this back in the 90s, maybe even early 2000s, well, late 90s, early 2000s, there would be a guide on board of the boat itself. And that has been removed maybe 2 decades ago.
It's got to be the 90s because that guy's wearing an Umbro shirt.
Oh.
Remember Umbro? Umbro was very popular, like soccer kids wear Umbro.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
I never noticed till now, but there's not a lot of light in here. And it looks as if on top of those streamers there, they have put something blocking the windows. You can see there, you can see a little bit of the windows with the moonlight shining through. But I don't ever remember those little like wooden planks, do you? Like this, right up here being projected. What is that? Right there, on the side. Oh, there's another blotch over there too. It looks like a heart from here. Yeah, it's shaped like a heart. Oh, there's another one down there going into Awesome Planet. Yeah, from this angle you can see where the windows are, and you can really see where the definition of the blocked windows. You know, it may have always been that way. I just never noticed. Huh. And usually I will take the escalator, but the escalator is not quite operational at the moment, so gotta hoof it down the stairs themselves. A little thunderous, a little rainy inside here. See if I can catch a lightning bolt. No, there it is. Oh yeah, there it is. See, it's always nighttime in here, but fun fact, it is now nighttime outdoors as well, so it kind of coincides. My eyes are kind of adjusted too, so I can see a little bit better. Sometimes when there's daylight outside, it doesn't adjust. Your eyes don't adjust through here. I can see everything. Showing the root system here of the trees. And it looks like we got this whole front boat to ourselves. There's no one else in the front section of this boat. Now heading over towards the waterfall. Gonna see some alligators and some other creatures. I don't hear the waterfall. The waterfall's off. The waterfall, which is usually right behind me, is turned off. There is no waterfall. We go into the desert landscape over here from one landscape to another. We'll get thirsty. Get real thirsty in the desert. Whew, I need to wet my whistle. Parched. Going up on some buffalo here with their hooves. The mighty hooves of the buffalo, as they state in the spiel. Yeah, I think also the dog up here used to be on Pirates back in the day. The same dog from Pirates up on the porch. All right, now this always kind of reminds me of Biodome and a mix between the Willy Wonka boat ride. I don't know, I just always think of that. And there is no sun protruding through the top of the dome. None at all. It is completely nightfall out there. I always like going through this area. There's a few different hidden Mickeys you can kind of spot towards the end. I always like looking for hidden Mickeys. Got some catfish down there. Oh, there we go. There's a little hidden Mickey there. And right up there, there's a hidden Minnie. It's not a hidden Mickey, that's Minnie, and there's another hidden Mickey. You can kind of see right there. If you look very, very closely. Now we're going out of what looked kind of like a heating element and into a more traditional illuminated section. Ah, there we go. There's a hidden Mickey made out of cabbage or lettuce. Yeah, there you go, right there. You can kind of see it as well. I'm on a hidden Mickey roll right now. I'm just looking for hidden Mickey. See any other hidden Mickey? Oh, those aren't moving. Down here you can see all the gurgling of the water as we go down the boat ride. They're making some sort of announcement back there. I wonder if they're evacuating the land. We just missed it if they are. Now I do believe at this hour, the colors are changing up there in the pyramid at the lounge at Journey to Imagination DVC Lounge, which I can sometimes go up inside of now that I'm DVC member. But at this hour, you know, it's like 9:15 already. They do, I think at 7, they cut off any admission to go up there. But you can see the coloration kind of changing, as well as over here is the PVC fountain It's a fountain that I think is made out of PVC, and the upwards waterfall you can see under the beauty of the lights there. Now in the future we'll have a good monorail angle going by. But as of right now, no monorail. See how it goes from the bottom? It projects itself upward. So instead of a waterfall usually will go downward, it just goes straight up to the PVC fountain, or the PVC pyramid on top of the fountain. Yeah, that's a pyramid, as well as this is a pyramid. Oh, I can see a star up there off to the side. That is a beautiful sight. Look at that. Very relaxing. And a little bit of mist. You can feel the mist coming off of the water.
Yeah.
It's already nice and cool out here, but it's extra cool.
Yeah, pretty nice.
I'm gonna say before October 1st, we will have, before the anniversary of Walt Disney World, the 50th anniversary, we'll have the monorail back. From over here, you can see there really is no line for Figment, to meet Figment of the Journey to Imagination attraction. And a side note, I mentioned this before, but tucked away the back of the attraction itself are some restroom facilities that play some of the original Epcot early 80s music. Yeah, I guess I was right in assuming that Living with the Land, something happened, because that little star means it went down. 30 minutes is for Soarin'. Yeah, Land is down. And when I walked in, there was hardly anybody in line for Spaceship Earth. Now it's 40 minutes because a lot of guests are exiting way back to the parking lot, and that's the last thing they go on. Just about 9:30 now. And since it is only 5 minutes for Journey to Imagination, heading in, going through the queue line, and going to board one of these ride vehicles, the Omni Mover, and go in and say hello to Figment. One of my favorite, Figment for a long time, well, I guess kind of still is, well, not really, but when the park first opened, was the face, kind of almost the Mickey Mouse of Epcot, where you really didn't have a lot of Mickey and Donald and Goofy so much at Epcot, but Figment was kind of the face. He was going to kind of be the Mickey Mouse of sorts of Epcot Center. And it's good he's still around all these years later. Now the other characters have been integrated into the park, but Figment's still here. Let's not forget about Figment. All you need is a little imagination, and he'll be right beside you. I do go on that attraction quite often. It's not quite the same as how it was back in the day before they changed it up. The original version, definitely, I favor that one a little more. Well, one thing I will say about Figment, he still holds on to his roots and is still using a corded telephone. He hasn't even stepped into the generation of cell phones. You gotta respect him for that. You gotta respect him. The jumping water is not working, and sometimes isn't there water coming out of these too?
I think so. I think there's like a little jump.
Yeah, well, I think it just goes straight up. I don't think it goes from one to the other, kind of like the ones over there do. But this usually will have water as well. You can see Spaceship Earth over there in the distance. If you look over across the lagoon, you can see the illuminated barges for the new Fireworks Water Spectacular show that will be rearing its head, most likely for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World in October as well, maybe before. Also walking through World Showcase, going to do the loop and then end with Test Track right at closing. That's the game plan anyway. I think we can make it all the way around World Showcase before Test Track seals up the queue. About 20 years ago, I would stand right over here next to this gazebo and watch the British Invasion Beatle cover band back in this area. And they made some announcements at D23 that this section was going to be Cherry Tree Lane. But I wonder if that's still going to happen. Maybe it might still, but they've kind of put it on the back burner, with the current situation. But it'd be neat if this area became Cherry Tree Lane at some point. And even from this angle, very impressive. Oh, you can see well, it's kind of obscured. The taco barge is kind of obscuring Spaceship Earth, because that's why you can't see all of Spaceship Earth. But look at the lights illuminating shining up to the heavens off of Spaceship Earth there at the entrance. And have the pyramid over there and the volcano, and there's no one in line for the Grand Fiesta Tour. We got to get over to Test Track though. I've done this a bunch of times, but not gonna do it today. Just gonna, or not this evening, gonna head over to Test Track, but I did want to see the volcano from a distance. Oh yeah, look at that thing. Supposedly there's a hidden Mickey up there in the lava. Well, not the lava, but the smoke that's emitted from it. Oh, definitely sounds like Test Track is roaming around the side of the former World of Motion attraction. Yep, same building, just now it's Test Track. Before it wasn't. Very, very quickly. Just got to go over this bridge, get in line, get in the queue. Now during this time, they are not utilizing where you make your own car. You can't design your own car through here. It's just used as still an extended queue. But yeah, you can't, so we will not be making our own car. Okay, going forward. Okay, buckle up. A little bit of a rainstorm there. Whoa, windy. Oh man, good thing I got my seatbelt on. What's going on there? It's like an avalanche. Hold on. Alright, out the door. Oh, there's another one down there. Whoa, whoa, goodness. Stay behind this. Woo, we're moving good. Oh man. This is nice. I got the camera front facing for a change. Oh, I see Spaceship Earth over there. Oh, there we go. Getting it up to 55. Up we go. Passing this one. Woo! 65. Whoa! Yes.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. And with that, it is now 11:05. The park is officially closed for the evening. And with that, should state that's going to do it for today. Oh yes, EPCOT Center, even though it's just referred to now as EPCOT. But they have brought back the all capitalized EPCOT as opposed to the capital E, all small letters PCOT, which kind of how EPCOT was all capitals, and then Center was capital C, and then Enter lowercase. I'm just kind of rambling a little bit, but they bring it back a little bit of the old school, which is nice, because I do love this park, and a good way to close out the After Dark Last Hour series, even though this was not the last hour. We were here for 2.5 hours, not the last hour. But the other three parks, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios, we were there for the last hour and a half. Here, last 2.5 hours. The completion of all 4 parks, Walt Disney World, just before close, is done. And with that, the vlog is over. Also, I've reiterated this many times, and I will again. I do miss the monorail on the Epcot loop. Something is definitely missing without it here. And that something is the monorail.
I agree.